Right. As soon as I start the thing, it's your battery's low. It's super duper low. Let me see if I can. I don't even know what you can see. You're not know what you can see right now. I'm actually about to broadcast, so if you're on, I was just wondering, like, what's he doing? What's he doing? Yeah, make sure you're like, check to see if you can see. Oh, right, because I know this is like, ooh, that's like not even that bright. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I like that better. Because y'all can see me and I can see y'all. Alright. How we looking? Hey. That's such a nasty thing to do live, right? You're like, is that what you do? You go in? Right? It's like, let me go in. Wow, but that's such a good one. Looks like this is gonna be such a good playlist. I should actually play this playlist. All right. Well, I'm so late on the intro. Welcome to Coffee Break number 3, y'all. Uh, I'm glad you stopped by. I'm glad you stopped to see what's up. I probably should turn this down some. Cause I know this be blasting, and there's like no reason for me to do that to you. Cause I forgot like that's actually supposed to be in the background. Right now, here comes Star Wars. Here comes Star Wars. Do whatever you want to do. But welcome. I'm actually getting setting up for a stream. Uh, it's usually like an odious process, even with like people who already know what it's about. I got 3. I thought I just opened those crates. We about to see what's up. Now they just giving me crates. They're just like you could have this crate. All right, it's kind of dark in here. Let me see what I can do for y'all. It's probably way better. Alright. Let me see. And that's like way. Is that better? Is that better? I feel like that's better because that's like a high powered light. That boy high powered, bro. All right, but anyway, and then, right. Anyway, um, for those of you who are new, this is usually something I do. 15 minutes after day, we just stop and have a coffee break, breaking up from life. We like to talk about strategy here. Just kind of a place to just stop and think. Um, just a place to just relax. After you're taking a temporary meditate from life. We're going within, basically. Hence the pensieve of drinking coffee. That reboot, that recharge. I've always liked the idea of the temple. the Great Fairy Fountain, you know, where everyone saves. You know, it's like a gamer. Oh, I stopped to save my game. You know. um, I always think of that. Like, you know, like if you fall asleep, are you saving the game? Like, so like if you were to die and you wanted to respawn into, or I don't know. I know that sounds retarded, right? Well, like think about all those crazy dreams you have. Like, what if you're respawning from somewhere different? Wouldn't that like blow your mind? Um, yeah, glad you stopped by. I got plenty to talk about. I play Pokemon Go, so I love dropping Pokemon Go stuff here. I'm actually streaming, by the way, if you even care to watch that. Greetings, exalted ones. Um, I just recently saw Ready Player One, man. It's such a great game. Like it's like a combination of like kind of like like a. I'm trying to express this. It's like they're like subconsciously talking about microtransactions running the game, or is it like a reflection of um excuse me, or is it like a reflection of you know how everyone's trying to copy a form of hype in their brand instead of going for this originality just so they could say they stand among the greats, they're worth your attention, you know. And it's just like, oops, sorry. Oh my god. Hold on a second, y'all. Don't know about Sheikah bounce. What y'all know about Sheikah bounces, huh? What y'all know about Sheikah? But anyway, um, I'm actually gonna take y'all to story mode. I love doing campaigns and walkthroughs. I know I need to do more live, but we'll get on it. Start mission. This is still where I'm at. Oh, dang it. People, I love it. This is where the Pylo Beast is from? There's so much water there. That explains why it's so huge, right? Anyway. It says vent your blaster before it overheats and becomes disabled. I'm playing Luke Skywalker on this mission, by the way. So it just shows how nonsensical that looks like. But, it was like this conversation about that hype or that microtransaction trying to sell this ticket to acceptability. And people would take that in the form of like dogmatic canon. So much to the fact that we've become religious about comic books and video games. That eats me. That doesn't eat me up inside. I don't want to let this become too emotional, too attached to me. Like, that's not what this is for. But that's like, but I mean, it's something to consider that that's something that happens with us through our lives all the time. I'm sitting here in the loading. I wish whenever you're like sitting there waiting for like life to happen, like in the loading lobby, like there were like mini games to play with other people like around the world. That would be fun. Because then you wouldn't mind. In fact, everyone would be waiting in life to get back to the waiting rooms, you know. You look like the force is brought you together. You look like there's more to it than life. It was obviously a lightsaber. Okay, so I don't know if y'all noticed this, but like Like Luke's like okay, this whole Luke Skywalker being surprised that he might have even touched the dark side is ridiculous concerning who his father is. But let's leave all that behind and notice like if you're a real Star Wars fan, right? Right. I can't believe I said that. That was disgusting. Because I don't want to discourage people from like because isn't that what the opposite of I just said like being religious about canon? Um, in Return of the Jedi, Luke totally is wearing like all black, and like some people say like in his signal, like it's like a subtext to him, um, you know, basically what we have here is this subtext into him getting closer and closer to the dark side himself in an effort to retrieve his father from said dark side, you know. Um, just putting it into context, it's just like, and then at the end, after he gets done with that legendary battle with Vader, and then Sidious destroyed he's got to open up his this neck plate, this neck fold to let you know, oh, I'm so hot, I'm so tired. No, it's like, oh, now here's the light coming out from within the dark, you know. But if you're looking at, he's wearing all black in this after the Emperor's been defeated. So it's like I'm not saying that Luke was prone to the dark side. I'm saying that like it's something to consider. It's something to take note of is the presence of the dark side, and that's not so much the worst thing in the world. Like Luke Skywalker said, and I've been watching The Last Jedi over and over, because like everyone's saying, oh, they hated this and that, and then people are re going back at it and saying, oh, but it's so nice just because it looks like it's complicated. No, like that's not even what's going on. Because and I'm not even saying oh it's so simple because I had obviously had to go back and rewatch it, but it's like, um, you know, like Kylo saying you got to kill the past, you know, in his little speech, you know, kill it if you have to. It's the only way to become who you truly are. But I think that was like you know obviously subtext to sometimes you got to get rid of like because obviously this has to be a whole different story. It can't be the same story, and here we go again with that addiction to canon, or the next phase has to be like the previous phase in order to satisfy prophecy. And that's not necessarily true. You can satisfy prophecy through a number of interpretations, and we've all experienced this one way or another. You know, like if you watch. Or if you read like the Percy Jackson series, you know when they give out the little prophecies or whatever, and then they gotta go out there, you know, and experience it because it's like the Greek myths or whatever. But they never come true the way anyone thinks they do. You know, not even the so-called gods in the story, because they're like this pantheon of all, and they're not even all-knowing beings. But you get the picture. They're supposed to be in the context of the story because they're those untouchable characters in the story. Like, okay, well, these characters won't die because they're so important. Blah 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 blah. You know, just concerning a story. So it's the same thing with Star Wars. If you're gonna make up a story, you know, there you have it. You know, but this is addiction to canon. You know, and then some people claim to be, oh, I'm not addicted to canon. I'm less. You know, it's I don't have to do all that. You know, and then they're still going on about, well, some things are just, they're not even explorable topics. You're not even talking about, and I'm like, whoa, you the main person talking about, you're a lesser addictor to canon than most, therefore making you better. So on and so forth, this, that, and the third, you know. But in any case, like Luke said, it's not the force isn't exclusive to one side, and to think that is arrogance. You know, again, addiction to canon. But um, I digress. I saw Report of the Week's post this Sunday on SoundCloud. I regret to inform him that I watch it on SoundCloud, and like Oh my god, like I'm gonna like I want to invest in this whole idea of a radio because like I'm like a big Harry Potter nerd and I like how the wizards like listen to the wireless. But it's so cool that it's not even the fact that he's bringing some type of art form back. It's just he's not afraid to express himself in a given format and he's not trying to control or limit. He's just exercising his creativity and it just happens to be in a very formal format. You feel like you could just arrive in your best. but he's but at the same time, like I said, he's not trying to give this false impression of overconfidence because again, we are reviewing fast food. I love it. Speaking of people I love just because Mark Hamill is just really just trying to do everything. In any case, I usually don't go over 15 on these, but I'm just kind of enjoying. I feel like I've only we covered three. We covered three times. We did Last Jedi. We did Ready Player One. I just recently rewatched it. I'm trying to think. What else would be cool to talk? Oh, Han Solo movie. I have not watched the trailer. Oh, I keep thinking like, should I do reactions? Should I do certain things? But then I don't want to be too cheesy because I'm like, oh, I'm trying to like, I don't know. I just hate the idea of like overselling something because it's like it feels like you didn't even get what you came for. You know, just wanted to get what I came for, and that could be that. Hmm. I want to talk about something else, even if it's only for a little while. Um, right, I can't walk away from the situation. It's conflicting. Right, Dragon Ball Super. Um, I think I feel dumb because I'm like at a loss of words. Like I don't even know what I'm going to talk about at this point. I feel like I'm digressing. Oh, okay, so this storyline is kind of explaining. I'm sorry, because I'm also. I guess I'm also like maybe that's why I'm a little distracted because I'm also streaming too. And even though I guess like I don't even. Did I turn on the microphone? I did turn on the microphone. They can hear me. They know I'm live streaming. Oh my god. Well, like even though I don't usually talk, I try to like cater to the people watching. So for like even though I'm still having fun, I'm still exploring. I'm still letting the story go by so they can kind of do whatever it is that they need to do. Huh. Right, because you can kind of see. Because I was like sitting here saying, so like, so the Empire like false flagged its own. I don't even want to say galaxy, right? But they like false flagged their own. Right? God dang it! Shut up, me. They done false flagged their own galaxy, right? Because we ain't even talk about a city, planet or country. We talk about a whole scattered parts of a galaxy just so they could like strike fear into them. Like that's But I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? If you're a student of the dark side, you know what I'm saying? That's Sidious. That sounds Sidious is like he wants to use political moves to control how everybody is. You know what I mean? It's just man, wow. Cause it's like, but I guess if he orchestrating stuff, he up here manipulating cruelly. Is anybody? I'm just kind of really checking the chat room right now, which I wish I could check. Like I might end up. I think I'm gonna start checking it from Twitch. Right. You ever had a fight with your parents so bad, it'll split the whole galaxy? It split the whole galaxy. I need to start playing Fortnite. People be building to take the high ground. I like that. I like that one mode where you play and the storm comes and slowly envelops you. That one's like the best. All right, Twitch people, I'm not going anywhere. Let me wrap up this YouTube live. But I didn't even think like that these were gonna cross up. Hopefully, they had this idea. Like, I'm gonna see what this looks like. But coffee break, people. This was great. I shouldn't have took you over 15 minutes. I'm obviously streaming right now. If you still want me, it's your life. Um, strategic. You talked about.